In the last section, we have seen how different vectors are produced when electrical current is passing through the heart. Now we will correlate those vectors with the formation of ECG. This is the typical ECG that we can see in lead 2. What are leads, what are electrodes, will come to it later. But for now, just remember that this is a typical ECG that we see. It can be seen in lead 2. These are 2 electrodes of the lead. Electrical activity begins in the SA node. When the SA node fires, the depolarization wave spreads in both the atria, and both the atria are depolarized. The resultant vector is in this direction, and it is a positive charge vector. When a positively charged vector is directed towards the positive electrode, it will give a positive deflection. Therefore, when atria is depolarizing, we get this deflection, positive deflection or upward deflection. Therefore, when atria contract, a resultant vector of positive charge is formed in this direction. It's a positive charge vector and its direction is towards the positive electrode. Therefore, there will be an upward deflection or positive deflection in the ECG, and a P wave will be formed. So by far we have seen that the contraction of atria results in the formation of P wave, and it shows that it is a slow contraction because there are no fast conducting fibers here. Now the current has come in AV node. In the AV node there will be a delay of 0.1 second. The current will be held here for 0.1 second before it is passed forward. During this time there will be no resultant vector, and we will get this PR segment, a straight line. When there is no resultant vector, there will be no deflection of the ECG above or below the baseline. Therefore, we will get a straight line. Now the current will move in bundle of His and right and left bundle branches. First of all, interventricular septum will be depolarized by the left bundle branch. The vector will be formed in this direction away from the positive electrode. Therefore, a negative deflection will be seen. When the interventricular septum is depolarizing, Q wave is formed, and it is a negative deflection because the resultant vector is in this direction. It is pointing away from the positive electrode of the lead 2. Now the current will start moving into the major portion of the ventricles. When the current is moving into the major portion of the ventricles, the resultant vector will be directed in this direction. As a result, there will be again a positive deflection. But this time the deflection is quite large. It shows greater magnitude of the depolarization currents. Because the ventricular mass is more than the atrial mass, therefore the R wave is tall. After the major portion of the ventricles, when the bases of the ventricles start depolarizing, the resultant vector will be in this direction. And again a negative deflection in the ECG will be shown, and S wave will be formed. I repeat up to this point, SA node is where electrical activity starts. The depolarization waves spread through whole atria and reaches the AV node. When the atria are depolarizing, this resultant vector is formed and P wave is formed, which is a positive deflection in the upward direction. When the current reaches the AV node, there is a delay of 0.1 seconds. No current is flowing through the heart. As a result, no resultant vector is formed, and we get this straight line which is called PR segment. After that, the current starts moving into the ventricles. First, interventricular septum is depolarized by the left bundle branch. The resultant vector is in this direction because depolarization is moving in this direction. As it is pointing away from the positive lead, it will give a negative deflection in the ECG graph, and we will get a Q wave. So P wave is formed when atria are depolarized. PR segment is formed when the current is in AV node. When the current reaches the interventricular septum and interventricular septum is depolarizing, we get a Q wave. Then when major portion of the ventricles are depolarizing, we get this large vector in this direction pointing towards the positive electrode, and we get this large upward deflection in the form of R wave. After that, when the bases of the ventricles are depolarizing, we get this negative deflection once again because the vector is pointing away from the positive electrode. Now the whole of the ventricle is depolarized. Again, there will be no resultant vector because whole of the ventricle will be depolarized and no current is flowing through it. It is in the contracted form. At this point, we guess the ST segment. No depolarizing current is flowing, no vector is forming, and we get a straight line. ST segment. ST segment is when whole of the ventricle is depolarized. After that, repolarization of the ventricle will begin. Repolarization will begin from outward direction towards inward direction. First of all, the outermost layer will be repolarized. After that, the layer inside to it will be repolarized, and so on. This repolarization is a negative vector. You have to remember it. Initially, we were talking about depolarization, which is a positive vector. it is a negative sign vector and it is directing away from the positive electrode. Therefore, it will also give a positive deflection and T wave will be formed. So T wave is formed when the ventricle is repolarizing, and this resultant vector is in this direction. It is pointing away from the lead, but it is giving positive deflection because it is of negative charge. Negative charge is moving away from positive electrode. Therefore, we will get a positive deflection and T wave will be formed. Sometimes papillary muscles show their intrinsic depolarizing capabilities and they depolarize and we get a U wave by the depolarization of the papillary muscles. However, it is not always present. So by now we have seen when atria are contracting, resultant vector is pointing towards the positive electrode, we get P wave. When the current is in AV node, there is a delay of 0.1 seconds before the current is passed. No resultant vector is formed, we get PR segment. When the current reaches the ventricle's first interventricular septum is depolarized, the resultant vector is in this direction pointing away from the electrode, positive electrode, and we get a Q wave. Then when the major portion of the ventricle is depolarizing, we get an R wave. The resultant vector is in this direction. Then when the bases of the ventricle are depolarizing, we get an S wave and the resultant vector is in this direction. After that, when the ventricle is repolarizing, the repolarization starts from outwards and moves inwards. It is a negative sign vector and it is moving away from the positive electrode. Therefore, we get a positive deflection. So this QRS, these three waves are collectively called QRS complex. QRS complex is the time when ventricle is depolarizing, and T is the wave formed when ventricle is repolarizing. So this is the depolarization of the ventricle and this is the repolarization of the ventricle. You might see that we can see the depolarization of the atria, but we cannot see the repolarization of the atria because that repolarization wave is masked by the QRS complex. Therefore, we cannot see the repolarization wave individually here. Repolarization of the atria occurs during the formation of QRS complex. QRS complex is a very strong signal, therefore it masks the repolarization waves. Therefore, we only see a depolarization of atria in the ECG and we do not see the repolarization waves individually because that is masked by the QRS complex. It sums up how ECG is formed.